Okay, welcome back. In this episode, we're going to build out the blog front page in React in preparation for the rest of the production optimizations we're going to do, including server-side rendering. A lot of what I talk about will be applicable to other front-end frameworks, since they all follow the same ES6 style modular design. If there's a need, I'll cover any differences you'll come across in the Choose Your Own Adventure section. We're going to start off from a special branch that includes the changes from the Hooking Up React lesson, plus all the work we've done so far on making our code work in production. To follow along, you should check out branch React Components. Okay, so we're going to kick things off by moving the contents of the index.ejs to an app root component. Let's cut out this profile area, and in its place, let's add React root. Now inside counter.js, let's take out the state, delete this function, and in the place of the return, let's put that profile stuff we just cut out. Alright, in order to turn this from EJS into JSX, the React HTML language, we're going to take these classes and make them class name. Then we're going to use the React syntax to require this image. Now let's make a directory, source components. Now let's move source counter.js into source components and call it app-root.js. Now because we're in components in app-root, in order to get our image to work correctly, we're going to have to back out with 2 dots so we can go into the images directory and find our image. Alright, now in app.js, we have all these references to counter. Let's change that to app-root. And then where we see counter, let's change that to components app-root. We can see that it's compiled correctly. In our browser, we have React root, but now it's rendering this. We're still able to use hop module reloading. Alright, pretty cool. In order to make this a true function, we need to insert the data into the component as props. Right now, links journal and profile text are both hard-coded strings, so we can't change them. Let's finish this episode by getting started moving our data into a separate file. So back in our terminal, let's create a new directory, data. And inside data, let's create bio.js. Now open that up. Now we want to define bio.js as a common JS module export. So let's do module exports and then an object. Now this object will have 2 pieces of data. One will be the heading, and that'll be links new journal. The next will be the bio text, and that'll be hello, welcome to my journal. So you can see how this is just a plain JavaScript object written in the JSON style. Okay, so when we go back to our app.js, we can import this as data from data bio. The .js is implied. So inside of our render function, let's add these props as heading equals data heading and content equals data content, data bio text. Alright, heading and bio text. Now inside our component, all we have to do is add these as props. It can't resolve because we're in source, so we need to back out 1 to data. Alright, compiled successfully. We can see that this isn't coming through. All right, we made the prop content. Switch that out. You can see that it updates automatically. All right, great. Now we have a sense of separating the component from the data. Bio.js will have to be bundled with the front-end code, which will end up bloating our code once it becomes much larger. But now we have a real path moving forward. If you need access to this final code, git check out React Components Final. All right, in this episode, we swapped out our EJS index for a proper React root component by importing the data as a JavaScript object and inserting it into our component as props. In the next episode, we're going to continue this theme of separating components from their data by adding Markdown into the mix. We're going to be using Markdown to structure our blog posts. It allows for a full range of formatting, like lists and headings. It also allows for code blocks for nerds like us who like to write code inside their blog articles. See you there.